Hi, I'm Victor Martins of Martins Law. I am an Ontario lawyer who exclusively practices real estate and wills and estates law. In today's video, I will be going over 5 very important dates in virtually every real estate agreement. Whether you are a first-time homebuyer or you've come across these dates before but weren't quite sure what they meant, this video will walk you through the 5 important dates in your agreement that you will want to mark off on your calendar. Critical date number 1, the irrevocable date. Before a buyer and seller enter into a binding agreement, they typically send offers and counteroffers to each other. When a buyer or seller submits an offer, they provide a completed agreement that is signed only by them. In that half-signed agreement, there will usually be an irrevocable date, which basically says that the party who made the offer cannot back out of it until the irrevocable date is reached. The party who receives the offer has until the irrevocable date to lock in the agreement by accepting it without any changes. Critical date number 2, the acceptance date. This is the date that the buyer and seller both sign the agreement to signal that they accept its terms. On the acceptance date, the agreement becomes a legally binding contract. Critical date number 3, the conditional dates. Many real estate agreements are conditional on one or more things occurring. For example, it is common for purchasers to make their agreement conditional on obtaining financing. A condominium buyer's agreement may be conditional on their lawyer's review of the condominium status certificate, whereas a buyer of commercial real estate will want their agreement to be conditional on their searches regarding the ability to develop on the land. For any condition, there will be a specific date by which that condition must be fulfilled or waived by the party it benefits. Conditions can be set up as hard dates, such as March 10th, 2022, or it can be a certain amount of days after another reference point, such as 45 days after the acceptance date. If by a condition date a party does not deliver notice to the other that the condition has been fulfilled or waived, the agreement may become null and void. On the other hand, if both parties have given notice that all conditions have been fulfilled or waived, the agreement becomes firm. Critical date number 4, the requisition date. Once a buyer's lawyer has completed their searches of a property, they prepare what is called a requisition letter, which flags any issues regarding the status, condition, or ownership records of the property, and demands the seller's lawyer to remedy those issues in specific ways. A requisition letter must be sent by the purchaser's lawyer no later than the requisition date set out in the agreement. If a seller is unable or unwilling to correct any valid issue in a requisition letter, and the buyer is not willing to look past those issues, the buyer may have grounds to terminate the deal. However, with a few exceptions, if a buyer's requisitions are not sent to the seller's lawyer by the requisition date, the buyer may have lost their right to require the seller to fix those issues, or to back out of the deal if the seller refuses to fix them. Critical date number 5, the closing date. The closing date is the day that both parties look forward to most. It is the date that the transaction is scheduled to be completed. By the closing date, the purchaser's lawyer will transfer the closing funds to the seller's lawyer, and both parties' signed closing documents will have been exchanged. In addition, on the closing date, the official transfer of ownership is registered, keys are exchanged, the purchasers become the new owners of the property, and they are all set to begin moving into their new home. If all goes to plan, the closing date is a day of celebration. So there you have it, the 5 key dates to be aware of in every real estate agreement. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Please also like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future in the areas of real estate law and wills and estates law in Ontario. Again, I'm Victor Martins from Martins Law. Have a great day.